Hello and good evening, everyone. This is Cindy once again, your curator here at the Eight Letters Bookstore and Publishing. And this time we're having our last guest for our weekend launches. This time we have Kai Alfonso, a writer of her own memoir entitled Ripening Stories from Gold Street. So let us all welcome Miss Kai Alfonso. Hi,
Hi.
Miss Kai.
Hi,
Can you hear me
Cindy.
well?
Yeah, yeah.
Ayun. So medyo nag-overrun yung kaninang book launch natin. But, well, we're here. It's better late than never. How are you doing po?
Good, good. I'm glad I'm here.
Yay! So, Miss Kai, we're going to talk about your first book, Ripening.
Yes,
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 okay. And this is a memoir, a collection of prose and poetry, I believe.
yeah. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. So, actually, I want to read muna the blurb so we can describe what it's all about. Why should people read your memoir? Diba? So maybe, okay, let me read the blurb first. Okay, so
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are listening. Okay, so here's the blurb for Ripening Stories from Gold Street. In Sipalay, where I was born, there was a place in the mountains where gold ores are discovered. The place was called Sankey. People would go there to pound on rocks and to quarry manually under the scourging heat of the sun. They sift rocks and soil to find these tiny bits of gold sand. In writing the book, so Miss Kai discovered her very own Sankey where she would sit and pound, sort and sift to find some golden nuggets in her life. A wonderful journey of discovering that what truly shimmer and sparkle isn't contained on rocks, but in the moments and places they shared with people in their lives. These treasures are in our hearts. Okay, so this pandemic has brought so much change in us to embrace fear, pain, struggle, and to some loss of loved ones. But nevertheless, it is the time we need to give more of our love, compassion, and kindness. I was okay. So our the author was given the time during the weekends to stay home. So everyone was given time to cultivate the talents we all set aside to attend to our daily task. So others cook, sell, become plantitos and plantitas. But as for the author, she writes. So during this time, she was able to publish short stories with Scribblory and Angpinoy, and she was also given a chance to write a book. Given these hard times, she made a choice. She chose the path that she loved, that brought healing to her, living in this broken world we are all in. So, writing the book gave her hope that living each day to the fullest made her a little bit braver for what tomorrow might bring. So, ayan. Grabe. So, yun yung blurb pa lang yun. Okay. So, Miss Kai, thank you once again for gracing the eight letters weekend book launches. So why let's talk about what did you discover, the best about yourself as you pondered and wrote your book.
I discovered a lot. Actually, hindi talaga ako writer. I'm an
Mhm.
accountant. And I started writing when I got pregnant. Pero before that, mahilig na talaga ako magsulat. And ang daming discoveries. Pag nagsulat ka, you learn a lot about yourself and about everything in life. Actually, nung nag-start akong magsulat, I keep my stories on a blog site. And
Mhm.
ang dami kong sinusulat na private ito. Wala akong balak
Mhm.
wala akong balak na i-share itong mga stories na ginagawa ko. And
Mhm.
um, ang mga these stories are all from daily happenings in my
Mhm.
life. And um, after my blog reached around 100 posts privately yan na, um,
Mm.
a friend invited me to attend the feast. And during that time, Brother Bo gave a talk about hiding your talents. So
Mhm.
parang I was touched na sinabi niya, you have this gift given to you, but you're not sharing it. You're not nourishing it kasi tinatago mo, iniipon mo
Mhm.
para saan? Para ano. So when I got home that day, I turned my blogs to public, and I shared it in my FB page.
Mhm.
Um, as an introvert, Cindy,
Mhm.
ang hirap nun.
Mhm.
Kasi,
Mhm.
ang dami mong 'pag nagsulat ka, ang dami mong shed eh.
Ah, yeah.
Insecurities, yung fears mo, doubts,
Mhm.
okay ba 'to, okey ba 'tong ginagawa ko? But then the inspiration of sharing it nandun na. So when I went sa office, parang nag-brag pa ako na, "Oy, yung blog site ko public na 'no, basahin niyo." And then one of my office mate, a friend told me, "Anong ano nun, anong expertise mo?" Kasi yung iba nagluluto, shine-share, nagta-travel,
Mhm.
shine-share. Sabi ko, "Ay oo nga ano," sabi ko gano'n. Anong tawag dun sa pinagsusulat ko? Eh, buhay ko yun, eh, lahat ng mga
Mhm.
nangyayaring significant to me. That's why yun yung ano. The name of my blog is Snapshot kasi I also love to take photos. And
Mhm.
for me, that piece of my life story, parang instead of making it one photo, parang ina-explore mo pa eh, kinikwento mo siya. So, hindi ko
Mhm.
alam, wala akong alam kung anong tawag doon. Basta mahilig akong magsulat ng gano'n. And then, I come up with, nakakita ako ng workshop na
Mhm.
it's called Memoir writing. Doon ko
Oh, yeah.
yes, doon ko lang nalaman na yun pala yung tawag sa akin,
Mhm.
memories. You write about your memoirs. So,
Mhm.
it nung nalaman ko na gano'n, so parang naging confident ako in writing more stories. And the discovery is that the more you're into writing, the more na nadi-discover mo with the words and the thoughts and the
Mhm.
mind, mas lalo pang nagiging deeper yung understanding mo of your life and of inspirations around you. And then when friends message me, call me, they are inspired
Mhm.
with the stories that I'm writing, the more that it was confirmed to me na pwede ko palang isulat ito. Pero at the
Mhm.
beginning, wala akong ano na i-share ito or,
Mhm. Mhm.
or ano. Lalo na yung book. It's hindi ito plinano talaga na isulat.
Mhm.
It just came to be. Parang naturally lumabas siya.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Wow. So, well, firstly, I didn't expect that you're an accountant. Actually took accounting then, but well,
Ay,
here
talaga.
we are. Here we are in the creative world. So,
Yes.
nandito tayo ngayon nagsusulat instead.
Oh,
Um
yes, yes.
Mhm. Yeah, so sobrang nakaka-relate po ako dun sa, you were an introvert and then you didn't really intend to show your work to anyone. Mas gusto niyo siya na na nakatago lang, you're just maybe sa isip niyo, maybe you're just writing a diary, sort of a diary, pero it's online,
A
it's a blog,
journal.
it's a journal.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and then you also mentioned that it was during the pandemic when you started really writing. Tama po ba?
Yes, kasi 40 days,
Mhm.
yung unang-unang March na ano,
Mhm.
syempre lahat takot, hindi natin alam kung ano yung COVID, no? So even
Mhm.
us, we started to work from home. So 40 days kami na nasa bahay
Mhm.
lang.
Ooh.
Although
Yeah.
nagra-run yung office, of course, pero I asked myself, kasi sabi ko, anong gagawin mo if God gave you this lots of time to yourself na hindi ka makalabas? So ako, I pursue my passion, writing. Parang binalikan ko yung mga stories ko.
Mhm.
Iniisa-isa ko sila. And then, that was the time na meron akong community friend din na pinakilala ako sa isang editor of an online magazine, ang Pinoy.net. So, actually, pag nasa bahay, no, medyo mahirap yung wifi. So, while writing, nanonood ng K-drama, nakikinig ng music, ng Korean music. So, sige, sulat ng sulat ng sulat. Until I send this one story na nagustuhan ng editor. So, during the pandemic, very ironic, nagkaroon pa ako ng income dahil sa pagsusulat ko. I sent 10 stories and it was published naman. So,
Wow, wow, wow.
oo,
Okay. So, yes, I actually had a look at angpinoy.com and I have been reading stories there. So, you guys
yes,
please
short
check
story.
it out. Yeah, the site is filled with Pinoy stories.
Mm,
So Miss Kai, why do you think okay, so yung iba naging plantito, naging plantita, and then of course yung iba they dived into the creative world. But for you, as you were deep diving into the creative world, um, you thought it was also important for you to pause and to look back into your life kasi
yes.
you mentioned no na you were also writing about your life and things like that. Why is it so important?
Uh, Actually,
Mm-hmm.
in the office, no, I had an accounting department and I have 35 staffs under me. And
Mm-hmm. Wow.
ito lagi yung inaano ko sa kanila. I'm a single parent. I have an 18-year-old son. Lagi ko
Mm-hmm.
sinasabi sa kanila, while pursuing itong trabaho natin that gave us, nabibigyan tayo ng ano, from Mondays to Fridays. Um, I promised na when I turned 50, sabi ko, yung Saturday would be my day. Sa akin yun. Kung ano yung dapat kong gawin. Pero ever since naman, lagi akong merong me time to cultivate yung gusto kong gawin. Photography. May community din kasi ako of meditators. So every Saturday, we have time na magkita-kita for meditation and we also teach meditation sa mga seminaries. May mga time kami for that. May monthly
Mm-hmm.
formations. So, pinupursue ko yan. It's my time to nourish myself and my spirituality. So, yun. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Importante yun para sa akin. Kasi, um, ma- alam mo naman siguro yung work sa accounting, di ba? Miss Cindy. Kung
Very
ano ko.
stressful.
Oo. Pero ako kasi, I became a weekend writer. Saturdays itong pagsusulat ko, Saturdays and Sundays. Talagang nung nag-pandemic na ha, kasi nung before pandemic talagang ang Saturday lumalabas talaga ako. Ano 'yan,
Mm-hmm.
communing with my with my brothers and sisters kung saan-saan kami nakakarating ng mga seminaries, mga monasteries, ganyan. I'm a Benedictine oblate and I'm associated with the monastery of the Abbey of Transfiguration in Malaybalay in Bukidnon. Kaya pag Saturdays, yan yung
Mm-hmm.
aking session.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. I cannot well, I think every one of us, when the pandemic started, ganun yung naging buhay. No,
Mm,
suddenly, we all came to a halt and then hindi na natin magawa yung mga usual na ginagawa natin. And well, here we are, nasa loob lang tayo ng bahay and ang saya na we still we're able to find joy despite of the circumstances. Totoo po 'yan, sa accounting talaga sobrang hindi naman lahat naman ng trabaho stressful. But I would say na we should all try to feed our soul with whatever that makes us happy, that whatever that makes us alive, hindi lang
yes.
puro trabaho bahay
Trabaho.
trabaho bahay. And you're also wow, you're leading 35 people under
Um,
you, you're also a single parent. hindi madali, no? You also need to find time for yourself as well, feed your soul and all things like that. But what are the important aspects in your life that are written in Ripening? At saka bakit po pala stories from Gold Street? Why Gold Street?
Nung bata ako, ang street namin sa province, sa Sipalay, is Gold Street. I live in Gold Street. Ang childhood
Mm.
ko talaga. Kaya nakorelate ko siya about gold. And also, dahil I'm on my 50s. Nung
Mhm.
ini-start yung project na yan, yung parang accumulating yung mga mementos of your life, I represent the 50s. So, gold
Mhm.
din yun. And the third is, kasi iba yung working title ng book no, ginagawa ko pa lang
Mhm.
siya. And then, my editor told me, do you want to change the title? Sabi ko, okay, give me one day and I'll think about it.
Mhm.
So, nung nagsulat ako, Gold Street, saan ako lumaki, and
Mhm.
then I'm on my 50s, and then ripening is something that has come on its own na parang ready na to let go, parang it's autumn. So, sabi ko na ang pinaka-importante na ano nito is na ibigay sa akin is um, ito na yung time na parang pwede mo nang i-share yung mga stories mo. And ang pinaka-importante dito is I was able to tell yung
Mhm.
spiritual journey ko, spiritual journey. Kasi high school, I'm not supposed to, wala akong balak na mag-aral eh. I wanted to be a monk, mongha.
Oh.
Pero hindi siya natuloy. And then,
Mhm.
nag-aral ako, parang nandun yung longing mo na parang you wanted a life na of silence and solitude and prayer. Pero kailangan mong mag-aral and then parang
Mhm.
ibang inilid na life sa'yo. And then eventually, nung nag-promise ako na I will uh, parang pursue more time pa for God, Dun
Mhm.
dun parang yung roads, nagsama na siya 'no, na parang
Mhm.
you're living your life now but then eto nandun din yung community of, Benedictine community ko.
Mhm. Do you think po, like for those who would read this book, what do you think yung pwede nilang makuha from this book? Kasi I understand that this is your journey, but will others also benefit from reading the book?
Yes.
Mhm.
Actually, Cindy, I also have a writing group, Scribblory. And
Mhm.
last year I was also able to give a workshop for meditative writing.
Mhm.
And my yung book ko, it will inspire, so nakukuha ko ang mga reviews from my
Mhm.
friends, no? If you're a writer, doon mo ma-realize na hindi mo kailangan ng very grandiose parang materials for you to write, no? Yung
Mhm.
buhay mo, it's the one thing na nandyan sa'yo lagi. And it's,
Mhm.
inspiring. Nakaka-inspire
Mhm.
din siya. A lot of friends tell me na nung nabasa nila yung book, nagkaroon sila ng longing kasi it tells
Mhm.
of the story of my childhood, the story
Mhm.
of yung adolescent, and the
Mhm.
time that I'm in college, the time that yung mga special time when I'm already working, and
Mhm.
then stories about my son, stories
Mhm.
about my parents, and of course yung spiritual journey ko. And the most important thing na ginagawa ko sa buhay ko, like taking a pause, yung
Mhm.
Sabbath, and then also my friends, my communities. So ang daming stories that would make you relate also
Mhm.
sa sarili nilang buhay. And
Mhm.
sabi nga nila, pag nung yung isang friend na nabasa niya, gusto na daw niya umuwi ng probinsya kasi parang naaamoy na daw niya yung probinsya doon sa kwento ko.
Oh.
Mga ganong
You were
mga
able to
ganong
describe the place.
Yes, kasi everybody
Mhm.
has a province naman, 'di ba? Umuwi ka ng
Opo.
madaling araw, malamig yung hangin, nakasakay ka sa
Mhm.
tricycle, and early dawn, yun lang yung naririnig
Mhm.
mo, and yung amoy ng mga fresh grass around you. Parang
Mhm.
gano'n. Kasi
Mhm.
laking probinsya talaga ako eh. So, nakaka-relate sila.
Pero po ngayon nasa Manila naman po kayo or
Yes, dito Manila ako.
right?
Mm.
Oho. So, maganda yung, may take away ako do'n sa sinabi niyo kanina na ano, na hindi naman kailangan ng grandest words when it comes to writing or
Yes.
hindi naman kailangan ng ano, or grandest materials, no? Basically, sabi nga namin ni Chris kanina, aside from done is better than perfect, you can just find ways, no, what inspire you ba when writing, then that would be the material that you can use, supposed
Yes.
to be. But
Yes.
were there any struggles when writing this book, or what was the process like? Kasi naintindihan ko na, like, well, this is more of a memoir. This is a journal for you. This is you sharing your life with others. But what's the process like? Siguro po, since sabi nyo kanina you were teaching, creative writing then. Siguro you can share some tips with us?
Oh, actually, sabi ko nga kanina parang natural siya kasi yung memoir coach ko is even younger than me. Eh. Pero ako kasi as a Benedictine, obey ako lagi. Pag sinabi niyang sulat ng ganito, susulat. Pag sinabi niyang gawin mo ganito, di gawin. So, siguro nandun yung sa akin yung gusto kong mag-share kung anong sinusulat ko. Um, 'Pag sinasabi ko na itong libro is naturally done, na hindi ako nahirapan, siguro magtataka yung iba kasi nga wala ngang purpose to write talaga, eh, wala yan sa dream. Pero dumating siya, um actually, is a trilogy project dapat yan eh, of 40, 50, and 60 na parang mementos in life. But then, hindi siya nag-push through. So, I decided to, nung tapos na yung manuscript, I decided to go on and publish na rin. I self-published the book. Struggles wala kasi we were given 3 months. So, two stories every Saturdays. So, talagang Saturday pagkagising ko hanggang 12 p.m. Sige, sulat ng sulat ng sulat. And then, parang tuloy-tuloy lang siya. Sabi ko nga eh, it's meant, itong libro, kasi pinagdasal ko na din na, sige, susulat na rin lang ng libro. Sige, go na natin to. Ano na, ilabas na natin, i-publish na natin. So we were given
Mhm.
Saturdays to work on it, weekends to work. So two stories a week.
Mhm.
And it goes for, parang project siya kasi eh. So, collect stories from your life. So, ginawa ko na lang siya. Ginawa ko siyang chronological from bata and then adolescence and everything. Tapos, um, pag sinasubmit ko dun sa writing coach namin, write an introduction. So, the next Saturday na naman, so introduction na naman, so, sulat mo, ano magandang introduction dito? So, parang yung yung thoughts, yung ano dun para sa book, the way that I'm writing my stories, yung parang everyday, I write on my journal, nagtitingin ako sa Facebook, and very aware ako dun sa mga dumadating na mga messages sa akin. And then when I sit down on Saturday to write, parang nagko-compile siya lahat, and then the stories talagang sige tuloy-tuloy. Oo, parang okay tong nung Wednesday nakita ko siya. So it's meant to be. Kasi kung minsan sa Benedictine mga meetings namin, we're also asked to present your story or ganun. So ganun ako, yung manner of writing ko is not yung talagang, even the poems before the stories, that 12 yata, or I wrote 13 poems in there. After na nasulat na siya lahat, sabi ng mentor ko, parang may kulang. Parang ano, gusto mo pang dagdagan. Sige, dagdagan natin. So, one Saturday, naupo ako, Lord, I want to write poems doon sa story. So, dahil alam na alam mo na yung story na sinulat mo, basta yung poem, lumabas na lang siya. Lumabas na. So every story, nasulat ko yon in a day na naisulat ko siya
Mhm.
lahat. And usually, every day, when I write poems, habang kumakain ako, parang nandun yung thoughts, parang ano lang siya, minutes lang siya. I don't write poems na yung pang matagalan kasi parang
Oo.
inano mo na siya, parang sinadya-sadya mo na siya. Sa akin,
Mhm.
ano lang, kung anong lumabas, sige, go lang ng go. And then later on, babalikan ko, and then yun. There was even a time during my birthday na nagsulat lang ako ng 3 words. 3 words
Mhm.
lang kasi during the day. Nung sa gabi, during my quiet time, nabuo yung poem about my birthday. So, parang ganun. That's the way na
Mhm.
magsulat ako, walang struggle. So, weekend, hanggang sa tuloy-tuloy siya na sinubmit ko na siya for editing.
Mhm.
Uh, wala akong naanong struggles eh kasi I was so
Wow.
happy writing it. I was so
Mhm.
happy. Ay, hindi pala sobrang happy. Nandun din yung tuwing babasahin mo, iyak ka ng iyak.
Ah.
Sumugtong-mugtong yung mata mo. And
Uh-huh.
then, after I'm done with my manuscript,
Mhm.
meron akong favorite na author.
Mhm.
Benedictine din siya, si Joanne Chittister. Nag-share siya ng isang writing mentor lang niya. And the
Mhm.
way na tinuro sa kanilang magsulat is the same manner kung paano ako nagsulat. Sabi ko, tama pala yung ginawa ko, no? Write
Mhm.
at a specific day and
Mhm.
time. Kahit
Mhm.
walang lumabas, maupo ka, magsulat ka, mag-isip ka, and then you don't tell the stories you are writing. Kasi parang
Mhm.
nagbukas ka daw ng champagne bottle na wala na yung ano. So, every time na binabasa ko siya hanggat ilang beses, iyak ka ng iyak. Kasi story mo yun
Mhm.
eh, buhay mo eh. So,
Mhm.
nandun ka sa ano, happy na binabalikan,
Mhm.
binabalikan
Mhm.
mo. Kasi remembering will always makes us grateful of what has happened sa buhay natin.
Yeah.
So, yun yung happy aspect doon. Na Lord was
Mhm.
able to make it. Kahit gaano
Mhm.
yung kahirap. Kahit gaano yung kahirap.
Uh-huh. Well, nakaka-relate ako kasi I have been also been writing my memoir. I think that's the thing about writing a memoir. It's always ano, kasi nga of course it's our story, it's our truth. And pag binabalikan natin yung time na yon where we didn't have the opportunity to react as sometimes kasi may mga regrets tayo na sana pala ganito yung ginawa ko. 'Di ba? Sana ganito, sana ganyan, but then nangyari na. We
Oo.
are already in the future and we're looking at the past, and it's a way to reflect, it's a way to heal, kaya din siguro minsan, nagiging emotional tayo sa mga nangyayari. Well, especially it's our life, hindi mo na siya mabalikan, but some moments, you're happy it happened. Well, you have regrets, you're sad na but kailangan mangyari to. So
Yes, okay.
sobrang nakaka-relate
Masaya,
po.
masaya siya kasi
Mhm.
meron akong instance na paggising ko sa umaga, minsan ayaw ko
Mhm.
pang bumangon, di ba? Ayaw,
Mhm.
ayaw ko pang bumangon, pero may nabuo na akong storya sa mind ko
Wow,
from beginning to end. So,
sana
kailangan
all.
bumangon na ako kasi kailangan ko na
Mhm.
siyang isulat. Kasi kung hindi ko siya isusulat,
Mhm.
baka makalimutan ko na. So, early
Mhm.
morning,
Mhm.
nagsusulat ako, tapos iyak na ako ng iyak. Kasi
Mm.
nakakaiyak yung sinulat ko.
Oo, and then
Pero
sabi
sa
niyo kanina 3 words lang. Kung kunyari wala pa kayong maisulat naman, sulat lang kayo ng 3 words and then i-continue na lang siya
Yes,
'pag may
oo.
naisip
I
na
even
kayo.
wrote a poem sa loob ng FX kasi umuulan, sobrang traffic. And
Mm.
I titled it Rain. Pagdating ko sa bahay, buo na siya, poem na siya.
Oh,
Gano'n.
okay.
Sa mga gano'n, hindi ko alam, pero gano'n
Mm.
gano'n ang writing comes to me in that manner. Parang gano'n,
Mm.
nagbukas ako, namamlansya ako, nagbukas ako ng
Mm.
bintana, ay nasa 11th floor ako. Ang ganda-ganda ng clouds niya. So,
Mm.
pagdating ko sa office, isa lang yung word na ano ko, naalala ko upon seeing
Mm.
that picturesque clouds na sa Manila
Mhm.
skyline. Pag-upo ko, hindi pa ako makapagtrabaho kasi kailangan kong isulat yung poem na
Mhm.
nasa mind ko. Parang kailangan ko siyang
Mhm.
ibuhos na ano, and then I
Mhm.
was able to write the poem about majesty.
Oh.
Parang yung clouds, para siyang reyna
Mhm.
na
Mhm. Mhm.
lumabas. So, masarap magsulat.
Masarap sa feeling, masarap magsulat. Pero nung bata po ba kayo,
Wow!
have you always been writing or sa tingin
Mm.
niyo ngayon niyo lang na-unleash yung power of writing in you?
Ang ang writing talaga, yung father ko kasi sobrang connected ako sa father ko. So when I studied in Manila, 17 years old ako, uso pa
Mhm.
nun yung pen pal, 'di ba?
Mhm,
So ang
yeah.
tatay ko talaga ang pen pal ko. So lahat-lahat sinusulat ko sa tatay ko. Memoir na pala yun, eh, 'no? Lahat ng nangyayari sa eskuwelahan, 'pag iyak mo, 'pag masaya ka, or
Uh-huh.
basta everything that is happening to me, I write it sa yellow pad. And then 'pag umuwi ako sa probinsya, babasahin namin ulit ng tatay ko yung sagot niya at ang
Mhm.
letter ko, at magtatawanan kami ng sobrang-sobra sa mga
Oh.
pinagsusulat ko sa kanya. Oo,
Mhm.
yun yung
So
unang naalala kong pagsulat. And then after that is nung 2002 namatay yung father ko.
mhm.
Ah, sa sobrang hindi ko siguro maano yung aking ano, depression during that time, mahilig ako
Mhm.
magbili ng mga books ng mga pare, and I was able
Hmm.
to, yun yung sinulat ko sa book ko, inspired by, kasi college pa lang ako, nagsusulat na ako sa ano, sa
Mhm.
PI kay Father
Mhm, mhm.
Alfonso Caldon. So, talagang fan na fan niya ako during that time. So, nung namatay yung father ko, parang nami-miss ko yung conversations with my father. I bought his
Mhm.
book. And Father
Hmm.
Caldon is, grabe siya magsulat. Sobrang everyday
Mhm.
life din. Kahit sa kanta, kahit ano, conversation,
Mhm.
story na yon sa kanya. So,
Mhm.
doon ako na-inspire din sa mga writings niya. Mustard Seed ni Father
Mhm.
Joseph.
Father Joseph, and also, naging writer din po pala kayo before, but you're writing letters to your father. Pero parang
Yes.
gano'n na rin naman yung feeling na yun, 'di ba? Na
Ang
parang
memoir nga, ano, lahat,
oo.
everyday. Kung minsan pa, I remember writing him na medyo
Mhm.
depressed ako sa studies and everything.
Mhm.
12 pages ng yellow pad, back to back.
Wow!
Tear smeared pa yon na. Kasi,
Oo.
so si tatay ang unang kapenpal ko talaga.
Unang pen pal and also
Oo,
unang reader.
reader yun. Oo.
Ayun. Siguro po puwede niyo po kaming basahan ng favorite part niyo, from this book?
Sige.
Sige,
Ano ba?
sige, while we're preparing.
Oo, ang dami kong favorite na part about, kasi meron din akong poem na sinulat. Pero siguro it's
Mhm,
about na lang yung, kasi ako parang accidental
mhm,
writer. Hindi naman
mhm,
talaga ano. So, sinulat ko yon sa introduction ng
mhm.
ano,
We
ng
celebrate all kinds of writers dito sa Eight Letters.
oo nga.
Mm.
I'm happy to be
Mhm.
with ano, with 8 letters. So, I
Thank you
hope
so much
someday,
po.
oo, makapag-join din ako ng mga writing
Mhm.
bootcamps ninyo.
Yes,
So,
please.
oo, meron akong
Mhm,
ano talaga dito sa
mhm,
introduction. Ito yung ano, lahat
mhm,
ng pieces na dumating dito sa stories is hindi
mhm,
ito isang buong pagsusulat actually.
mhm,
Dumarating siya like puzzles na sinusulat ko, and then parang nag-map out na lang siya later on when I tried, nung kinumpile na namin yung mga stories. But
mhm,
this one, um, ito is for everybody na is going to read the book. I believe we are all artists in our own way. We may hide in our shells, cultivating our craft, perfecting it, and doing things that we love to do. When we are ready, we come out with our work, sharing it with the world. Whatever it is we have created, we see a glimmer of ourselves in it, and we hope to trigger little sparks of that same recognition in others too. A writer walks the solitary paths of silence and noise, of tranquility and turmoil, always listening to what's there and what's not, before she can magnify her thoughts and her stories. She will have to muster her courage to accept vulnerability and weakness, even frailty, to get to know her strengths. So when truth bites and draws the blood of honesty from her soul, she is ready to sit down and write. Every drop creates the sea she sails on the journey towards bearing her real self and her truth. She uses words to nourish her thoughts so they bud and bloom until she can tell it all. When she comes to this offering and nobody appreciates it, she may doubt herself for having failed other people's expectations. She must summon all her courage and eventually start to believe in herself and in her dreams. She has let up her curtains and allowed others to take a peek in the windows of her soul. I wanted to write a book that will present the beautiful side of my story where everything is going uphill and paths are lined with roses. But I doubt if the hues of the rainbow would be complete if I did not also write of the rain. I hope that in these stories, I do not magnify myself and make others feel smaller and lesser. Rather, I want readers to see how I was able to live in this big picture we call life, survive it, and steer others even when life becomes stagnant. Between stopping and going, there is a time and place to pause, when we can see our true selves, where we are neither too scared and frozen to move, nor going so swiftly that we may be lost. I call this my yellow light, when life puts you between the red and the green lights. Before I can even tell stories that are beyond me, I have to recall my own journey and out of the depths of my memory, offer you the different paths I have taken to get to where I am now. I hope this book leads you to your own yellow street, where you can pause, listen to the melody of your own heartbeat, laugh till you tear up, and be gentle with yourself. It's a place where you do not wrestle with much and can walk with a happy gait and whistle a tune just because. Welcome to my life. Or it would rather be welcome to your own life. You can have your own stories too.
Oh, sorry. Some connection issues. Ayan. Wow, nabitin ako dun. But this excerpt, it reminds me of the books that I would purchase whenever we go to retreats. When I back in high school. 'Di ba may mga retreats tapos yung tipong iiyak, like you're going to share your stories and things like that with your classmates. And then pag uwi nyo, you're going to buy this souvenir. If you pwedeng may mga rosary, pwedeng mga books like this. So parang naalala ko yung collection ko no na parang
I
it's
have
one of
a I have a
uh-huh.
story, Cindy, kasi
Mhm.
'di ba during the pandemic,
Mhm.
almost 1.5 year na hindi
Mhm.
hindi tayo nakalabas. And
Mhm.
then eventually, when the community commune and
Mhm.
met for the first time,
Mhm.
our spiritual director asked us kung
Mhm.
what happened. Ito, ang saya-saya namin kasi nagkita na
Mhm.
nagsama-sama na kayo. Halos
Mhm.
online lang kami. We have an online prayers every day during 6 p.m. for
Mhm.
vespers and complain for 8 p.m. But then hindi talaga face-to-face. So nung nag-face-to-face kami, nangamusta yung spiritual director namin during our
Mhm.
monthly formation. Kumusta na? So I was so happy to say na parang yung monastery na nasa kanya-kanyang bahay kayo, no? Kasi
Mhm.
I'm used to going to the monastery for intensive meditation retreat and the Holy Week.
Mhm. Mhm.
Doon kami lagi. So ngayon nasa
Mhm.
bahay ka la, anong ginawa mo? So I was happy to tell him, Father, I wrote a book. I wrote and published my spiritual journey with the Benedictine community. And he was so happy. Kaya
Mhm.
umayag siya. Meron na we have an Abbey bookstore and it's also available in Bukidnon. Sa,
Yay! O, 'di ba? Mabibili niyo rin 'yan diyan at mabibili niyo rin siya siyempre sa Eight Letters
sa 8 letters.
Shopee
Yeah.
at Eight Letters website.
Yes.
Ayan.
I hope
Ayan.
na.
Oo. Okay, gusto ko pang magbasa ng mga books. Parang like, tamang-tama Sunday bukas. So, I think ito yung babasahin ko bukas. So, yun. Thank you so much, Miss Kai Alfonso, for this very inspiring story and kung paano nyo produce itong book na to, Ripening Stories from Gold Street. It's only 349 pesos
Yes.
in our Shopee page and also on our website. Please check it out, 8lettersbooks.com/shop. Ayan. So, thank you so much po, Miss Kai. Do you
Thank
have,
you
paano
also.
po namin kayo mahahanap? Meron po ba kayo FB page or
Yes.
Instagram?
Meron din. Kaya lang,
Mhm.
hindi rin pinagsasabi.
Okay.
Usually,
Personal.
pag introvert, meron, may FB is Pinky Abaga. And Kay
Mhm.
Alfonso is my author's name.
Ayun.
Yes.
Okay. So, saka pa natin malalaman kung ano or saka pa namin kayo mahahanap 'no, kapag active na kayo sa social media as
Yeah.
an author. But, well, this is a start. This is the beginning or a start of something new. So, we take one step at a time.
I have an Instagram also, Kai
Mhm.
Alfonso, yung sa Instagram.
Ayun. Okay, just look for Kai Alfonso sa Instagram. So please follow her adventures or misadventures in life. So hopefully may second book na for the year 2022.
Yes, I'm writing my second book.
Yay! Yan. At mabibili din uli yan sa 8 letters for sure.
I hope
Okay.
so.
Opo. Okay.
Sana, Miss Cindy.
Mm. Yes, thank you so much po and thank you din sa mga nanood sa atin today. Meron po tayong another book launch for tomorrow and hope you can also join us as well. Yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much and
Thank you,
thank you
Cindy.
so
Thank you to 8 letters.
thank you po. Okay, have a good weekend everyone.
Bye.
Bye.